Today we're making cheesy meatball sliders, a perfect dish to feed a crowd. So we're going to use 2 pounds of ground beef. Send those both in right there, nice and beautiful. Use 80-20 here. And this is just an hot Italian sausage that I took the casing off of. I can just super quickly show you how to do that. And we just slice down the side, open it up. Casing comes off really, really easily. And then just get rid of the casing. And then everything else that's going in this, I'm trying to use a lot of flavor shortcuts here that kind of do double duty for us. So we've got a bunch of dried parsley for color, some red chili flake, a little bit of heat. This is anything rub. This is just one of our rubs that is salt, pepper, a little bit of garlic powder, a hint of jalapeno, and a little bit of lime. It's just like a good, really well-balanced rub. These are seasoned Italian breadcrumbs. Again, one of those one ingredients that has a bunch of flavor packed into it. And then 2 eggs, a little bit of milk, and that's just gonna hydrate those breadcrumbs a little bit and give us really good moisture in the meatballs. And then I'm gonna go in with some gloves and mix it all together. All right. This recipe is perfect because it makes exactly 24 2-inch meatballs. I like to just roll them in a bowl and just make sure, like if I need to make any bigger or smaller, to make sure I'm getting 24 out of it. So I've got 24 here. I'm just gonna transfer them over to a sheet tray so that we can go onto the Traeger. Just plop them on here, really nice and easy. I don't use parchment or anything. You definitely can, but I like having the contact directly with the metal tray. I think it helps a little bit with just the searing to make sure I'm getting like really good crust on the bottom. All right, let's get these on the Traeger. Bottom rack right in the middle. I want a little bit of that radiant heat that we get on the bottom rack to make sure that, again, we're getting a little bit of crisp, nice color on the meatballs as well. And since this is Traeger, we're gonna add a little why not element to the sliders. So do they need garlic butter on the top? No, but why not? So for garlic butter, I mean, garlic and butter, not too complicated. I'm also gonna add a little bit of Parmesan and some parsley too for color. And I'm gonna use garlic powder for this actually. And I love garlic powder. It's super easy if you don't wanna go through, the effort of mincing some garlic. There we go. But I do feel like if you're gonna do it in a method like this, actually warming it is really great. It makes it a little bit less granular. It's almost like blooming the garlic powder. So I'm just gonna throw a little bit in here, half a teaspoon or so. Good amount of Parmesan grated as well. And then just a good pinch of coarse black pepper. And I like to use unsalted butter because I can just kind of control the amount of salt that's going in this. And then just some fresh parsley. You could also use dried. It's not gonna make a big difference. Again, that hot butter is gonna help bloom any spices that you put into it. I like my parsley a little bit of a coarser chop. You could go really fine with it, but honestly, it's not gonna kill it if you don't mince it really finely. And that's it, really simple. It's gonna add a nice bit of color, a little bit of extra flavor to the sliders. So that's all mixed nicely. I'll just set that aside so that it can, again, kind of bloom and develop those flavors a bit. And then I'm going to get my dinner rolls out. And this is one of my favorite parts of the recipe. I'm actually gonna slice through the buns all at once, and then we'll be able to kind of pull them apart as people wanna eat them once they're done. So, just come inside here, sharp knife or a bread knife, and just do your best. Take it nice and slow. You can kind of pull it, trying to keep an equal amount on the top and the bottom. Just taking it nice and easy until I can fully release top from the bottom. Just put these right here for now. And then I'm gonna throw these on the grill later to fully cook and melt all the cheese. So I'm just gonna throw this on here. Get my meatballs off, and then we'll start assembling. Oh yeah. bubbly and hot. Again, all the grease and everything just stays on the sheet tray, so it's super easy cleanup, which is the best. And I did promise you these are gonna be cheesy, so we're gonna have a layer of cheese on the bottom. This is going to be so good. And the thing about a slider with meatballs and marinara and everything is it's a little messy. So the cheese, I'm kind of thinking it's like the same mentality as like a quesadilla, where like the cheese on the bottom and the top kind of helps keep everything together, so it won't be like sliding meatballs out of while people are trying to eat these. So, and again, our meatballs perfectly match the amount of rolls, which is so satisfying. Love that. All right, and then that's our last meatball. Perfect, satisfying, 24 and 24. Love that. And you can absolutely use homemade marinara, but again, I have a bunch of people coming over. This is easy, no shame. Store-bought is absolutely fine as well. They smell so good already. Okay, and then just load it up with cheese. These are going to be so melty, so cheesy, a little bit smoky. All right, every little bit. I'm going to throw these back on. Gorgeous. And again, our little extra little bit of why not with the garlic butter. And these are just going to make the rolls really shiny. A little bit of that parsley for color. Awesome. Gorgeous. All right. And these really don't need more than maybe 5 minutes or so just to really melt the cheese. Oh, yes. This looks so good. We've got some gorgeous color on the rolls. The cheese is so melted. Give these a couple minutes just to set up, and I'm gonna get a spatula here. Just try and loosen the rolls a little bit, and I'm gonna try and transfer these over to my cutting board. Pro. That was amazing. I didn't think it was gonna go that well. I'm not gonna lie to you. All right, cool. Ugh. Ooh, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Okay, just gonna grab one in the corner before anyone gets here. And let's see, they're gonna be pretty hot. The cheese. Look at that. So good. All right, let's give it a bite. You guys, these are so good. Such an easy recipe, done in 30 minutes, seriously. Let's try them at home. Check out the recipe on Traeger.com.